#1 in the lower bracket. One of these teams will be going home tonight.
We're gonna go home, pack it up, you know, taking the train up Busan to go back home. Oh, here we go. Yaoi. The interesting about Franco play, yesterday we seen Yaoi coming in, right? Like with the Franco, was it Yaoi? Like hiding in a more,
no, that was another game that died. That was JP. JP had the Franco and died to the Fanny when he tried to do this.
Right. I wasn't sure what is that all about. Now seeing Yaoi doing something similar, maybe this is just the MPL meta. Should I say the Asia meta, right? People are treating something different.
I mean, they're getting vision, and I feel like Yaoi, this is we definitely want to keep our eyes on Yaoi here. He had a little bit of a rough day yesterday, I would say.
No kills at all. Pretty chill. In fact, we're seeing item too much, and now on the bottom lane, there is another fight going on. Seems like a dive, but I don't think anything's gonna happen. Dude, look at Uranus mana. So look at this OP and just spamming skills like what Uranus is doing. I mean, in the mid lane tracks.
Ooh, Owen in a little bit of trouble there. Sasser getting some chip damage on a Carl Teasy. The Appraisal's Wrath does come down on a Sasser, but still not enough damage. But with Turtle coming up now, does look like Echo may have the pit under control. Boy going for his purple buff instead. Gonna come up to this fight a little bit late. Going over to the side of Echo Loud.
Whew. Not only that, they also got a turtle, so they're definitely starting the game with a bang there. Number advantage, work out in their favor. Mid lane, another fight happening. You know, Echo being playing pretty aggressive here. Ooh, the hook barely missed. I was wondering why not just flicker ult, actually flicker double ult, right? With Benny, with Yaoi, and they will get a kill on D.
Hanging out in the tri-bush, just keeping us slow. Still waiting to see how this EXP lane pans out and who ends up getting the advantage first.
Ooh, a pretty peaceful bottom lane. I don't think this Uranus is killable. Like, what can you do to this character, man? With infinite mana, the fact that he can spam skill infinitely can stack on you. I think the reason why Uranus wasn't used for a long time now was because the fact that you can't spam skills, right? Because if you do, I believe before you do 4 skill ones, you just completely run out of mana. And now look at him, like he throws skills like it's free. It feels like a character, he's playing a character without mana, right? He's
him down. Carl Teasy still up, finally falls to the Rose Thorns.
Oh, dodge.
Bad. Yaoi though, looking to stop him. The Bloody Hunt comes, Boy able to get away. Yaoi still chasing him, takes a tower shot.
Get over, even with the ultimate activated. When you go against a character like Lunox, but before that tracks, seemed like the hook landed. Now 5 against.
They're not stopping at all, Dave. Hook. Boy able to still get the turtle there though. Owen taking a little bit of damage. Carl Teasy wants to go in, wants to push the advantage. Sanji and Benny Cutie. Does Loopy. Benny Cutie able to pick up that kill. It's a 1-for-1.
1-for-1. I was just talking about how Lunox can be crazy, and you already seen how fast Lunox is shredding all the tanks here. It's such a good pick, especially working with a character like Kaja. They all have like suppression. You know, one's from Franco, one's from Kaja. It really comes down to who locks down who more accurately, right? The accuracy from like how they use their ultimate, it's gonna decide a lot of things in the team fights. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, a little bit of action in the mid lane. Owen and Sasser trying to test their limits. That airstrike comes down. Sasser tries to flicker away, but the final hit connects, and down goes Sasser. Owen with the Divine Judgment, though. Connected with the penalty zone, but they're still standing, and Loopy goes down. Echo Loud taking that fight under the tower. Speaking of towers, though, Boy able to pick up something with a split push up in the top side, but Echo Loud are coming for the mid lane. A nice hook lands onto Owen as Carl Teasy and Boy fight it out in the mid.
Oh, nice. Owen actually defended that. And it just shows you one more time, number advantage, right? Echo pulled off a very, very interesting, and should I say, characteristic Echo rotation. It was a 5-man surprising number advantage towards the mid lane, just surprise you, catch you off guard, right? You don't expect them to have 5 people jumping on you. Even though it was a nice ultimate from Owen to pull Frederick under the tower, on top of penalty zone ultimate, it was a chance CC actually, but it just wasn't able, actually I believe it was Sanford. It was Sanford or Carl Teasy, but they were not able to one. Here we go.
Yeah, a little bit of damage on Sanford. Sanford low. The ultimate connects, and look at D just shredding down this tower right now. Down to the mid side though, Echo Loud looking for something maybe, but here comes Owen. Doesn't have the Divine's Judgment. The puncture through from Boy. Sasser and Luppy here as well, but right now ONIC Overlord, it felt like they were in the back foot, but look how much ground they've taken up in the top side. A nice connect from Benny Cutie onto Sasser. Yaoi with the Bloody Hunt onto Loopy though. But ONIC want to try to fight back here. Hanging out in the mid-side. D just dodged the hook. Able to escape, and everybody disengages.
Yo, the mid lane though. This guy's dead.
Done, big hook. Loopy goes down. Carl Teasy now moving on to Sasser here. Watch for Owen. Feels like they've been defending it for the past few minutes.
Dude, 1 HP on the tower. I don't even know how ONIC's doing it. And if you look at total gold, they're able to play head-to-head, toe-to-toe against Echo, right? And this is, look at this gold. Lunox, why do you think they can't push this break the tier 1 tower? They've been trying it many times already, Trex.
I mean, I think at this point also, they're not really like forcing it, right? They're down. A nice pickup for ONIC Overlord, taking out 2 members. Lord is up. Are they going to use this advantage start to take this Lord?
Oh my God! Look at Sanford now. He's unkillable. At least he think he is. Without Sasser. Oh, here comes the jump.
Yeah, a little bit
of collapse.
Carl TZ pushes
Sasser.
in. Looking, not forcing this Lord too fast. They want to make sure that boys is far away.
Benny time. Benny's for mid-game domination. Usually when we define late games after 12 minutes when the Lord
He was at like 50%. I don't think he was above even more.
Ooh. Now with the 5-man Echo push on the bottom side. Let's see. They have the number advantage. Fredrin comes in, Trex.
Yeah, Fredrin does come in. Lord connecting. It was not enhanced, so D's going to be able to melt this down pretty fast. They may not lose any inhibitor.
Definitely not by much, you know, by any means. Because if you look at it, 3,000 total goal difference.
Side, Boy left his team, and Echo Loud's looking for targets. Sasser forced to use a brilliance to try to get away, but he may not be able to. Boy, puncturing.
A0-0 already, man. I mean, this is just ultimate. I mean, it seems like they have enough damage, but sometimes they're not doing it fast enough. If they had a Beatrix with a Kaja hook, they would execute a kill a little bit earlier. Maybe that could have bought them a little bit more time. And, you know, to reposition, re-kite enemy team. And now, because it takes them a little while for all the engaged damage to follow up, and then because of how short-handed Moscow is, they have to be really careful with those engages.
But also, Boy needs to maybe stick with his team. He spent a lot of ammunition chasing down Sanji there and wasn't even able to get it. And Echo Loud was waiting for that. And the moment he left his team, everyone else just got picked off. So they need to be careful. And I mean, their positioning isn't horrible.
Ooh, nobody's gonna defend top. They're gonna let top slow push. If they let top slow push, it's gonna be really bad for the side of ONIC. The minion wave is gonna just get the tower on its own.
Backside, finds Sanford. They're looking for the finish, but that might not be the best target. Benny Cutie in the top, rushing in onto Boy. Boy able to find Sanji, though. Still in Lord, pit the fight pursues, though. Yawi will go down here. Carl T all alone, and D gets the triple. Sanford versus the world. ONIC Overlord. Maybe able to take this. Couldn't quite figure out who ended up getting the Lord, though.
The Lord, I think, definitely went to themselves. Before, at M4, we saw an Echo that's united that does one thing at a time. And now in this game, in the game that we saw yesterday, it feels like everybody is split, right? It's either, in the M4 Echo, let me put it this way, right? When Lord is happening, you will see Echo 5 people jumping on one thing, whether it's Lord or a team fight, but it's always one thing. You will never see team fight when Sanford and Yaowi was fighting the Kaja and the Sasser on a Lunox, and they were losing it, right? They were not doing enough damage. They don't have the damage. And then when Moscow came in, he just cleaned house. Meanwhile, on the other side, he had Bui chasing the far side, getting the kill into Sanji while surviving from the Beatrix because it's just so mobile. And that's turned the entire fight around. So even though you got the
farming pretty decently, and now we're starting to see this Moskov pop off a little bit. And as long as D can find his positioning well, he is okay. Yes, it's a little bit harder because he doesn't have the range that Benny Cutie has, but still, as long as it's nice brilliance. Now Echo trying to kind of move in. Lord will be up in about 55 seconds. Are they going to make this play? The conceal Dave. The hook lands. The flicker brings him in. This sort of stop a D, and he's still pushing the pressure in. Owen able to find Yawi in the backside. Boy trying to finish him off. Pops the roses, waiting for the puncture through. The Phantom Execution doesn't have it, but he still gets the kill. Echo on the back foot.
Oh my God. What is happening, Trex? The fight over and over again. Just now, it was a good hook onto Kaja, but Kaja had immortality. And then this is why we like to check items towards at this stage of the game, at a super late stage of the game, right? Because at super late stage of the game, when it's about 50,000 gold, it's a comparison of who has more immortalities. And look at the entire set of ONIC. Oh, before that, Trex.
Oh my God.
More fights.
He is a monster right now, Dave. I mean, he's kind of a glass cannon. We just saw how much damage Sanji does to him with just one feathered airstrike. But still, as long as he can position correctly, it is GG's.
Yeah, have 2 immortalities. That means effectively for ONIC, they have 9 lives, 9 to 10 lives, right? Because with the immortality, that's why they couldn't win that fight, even with the beautiful hook in the last team fight with Yaoi. And meanwhile, on the side of Echo, they don't have enough immortalities. But here, this might be it, Trex. This might be the fight.
This could be the fight. The Lord is connecting. Carl Teasy trying to defend along with the team. Beer's Passion comes out. They're trying to melt it down. Nice. Wait, big hook. Pulling him in. Able to get the finish. D goes down as well. Echo Loud defending brilliantly. Not only defending, but able to take a few members with them.
Whoo! ONIC with the panic. Hey, I know how to rhyme now, to be honest, Trex. I think, you know, involve me in the next, you know, rapping project. This was pretty good. ONIC definitely rushed it. It's all about penetration, right? And it wasn't leveraging it. And now it's reverse push. But obviously, Moscow's coming back in 5 seconds. So Echo's going to take a step back. They're not going to make the same mistake that ONIC.
D is just like online. He's maxed out. Take us through some of these items, Dave.
Oh, here we go. Okay. D is fully maxed out. He sold his last items, right? On the Kaja, on the Lancelot, as well as on the Terizla. On the opposition, we still only have 2 immortalities from Echo. It's still on Fredrin, it's still on Franco, and I don't know if those are still active. Let's take a look. It seems like Franco's immortality, I can't see it anymore. I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, okay, Franco's immortality is not active, but Fredrin is. So they have 6 people versus probably 8 or 9 right now. I mean, this is the next lore fight. If it just full claps on each other, ONIC might still win.
Yeah, I mean, when you have 2 high, when you have a damage dealer like D, and then you have a damage dealer like Benny Cutie, it's very important on how long you can make these fights last, right? Like, how long can your frontliners last just taking shots to the face? Because that's essentially, whoever can last a bit longer is going to give your marksman more time to unload damage, and that's where ONIC Lord... Wait a second, the concealed play, but Owen was waiting for it. Yaoi gonna get pulled in, he tries to flicker, he's not able to connect, a big whip. Wait, the hook still lands. Sanji waiting to pop it down, but no. A nice penalty zone into the backside, forcing his winner trunching on Sanji, has to remaneuver, move around, and Carl Teasy still goes down. The puncture through, Boy looking for Sanji, Sanji looking for Boy. Benny Cutie here as well, picks up the double. 3 members of ONIC.
Advantage fights. Now, can they clear this wave here?
Yeah,
I think they might be able to.
Here. D should be able to clear up. Can he clear the wave? It's D and Owen versus the world. He's trying. He's hanging on. They haven't locked onto the base just yet. The minions aren't there. Echo not able to finish. They need to take this Lord already.
Trex, this is a marksman showdown. D, look at the mechanics, right? When he popped the Winter Truncheon at the exact right moment. Oh, here we go, Trex. One more time. Yaoi.
He's like the calf right now. He's the weak calf, and they found him. The wolves are here. Benny Cutie has to get away. The immortality pops. There's no escape today. Benny Cutie picked off Sanford all alone.
Thanks. This is it, Trex. This is it. How are they going to defend this? The hook comes out.
I mean, they're going to try. D able to shred down Carl Teasy. Sanford going to get shred down quick as well. I don't care what you are, but they're going to lock onto the base here. Game number 1 in a best of 3 goes over to ONIC Overlord.
Oh my God. ONIC